Hello everybody, Grungy Northern here today with you, and today we're going to be viewing a tale about ripping up connections, sovereignty, and a court case. So the Cannon Railroad's fan club's little film of theirs actually got a lot of revenue for them and the K&N. This also got the New Coven Northern into the tourism trade. People would flock from all over the world just to ride our trains, all because of the success of the short film. While this was happening, several industries across the railroad started opening back up, after being dead all winter long. Everything was going just tops. Trains would leave every yard you could think of on the K&N and be transported to their respective yards. Wait a minute, why did I even explain that? I basically just described how a railroad works. Well, this leaves for a cheap segue into my next topic. Anyways, here we join Mackie, traversing his way towards the quarry after dealing with some very complicated switching. This is where our story begins. It's just not fair, driver. I'm just as annoyed with the sudden change as you are, Mackie, but you gotta understand that we were short-staffed this morning, and the yard was incredibly clogged. Guess so, but now I'm an hour late to the quarry. Gran and Andy are gonna be ticked when I get there. No big deal, but we can just explain what happened once we get there. Well, we're entering the quarry now, so let's see what happens. So that's why it took you so long to be fixed. Yep, the facility repairing me ran out of new bogies before it could be fixed, and they weren't able to fabricate new ones before the holidays. It was only when I got out of the works that anyone thought to tell me what happened here. But yeah, that was a pretty bad accident. Wait a minute, did you hear that? Yeah, that sounds like... Mackie, where you been? We've been wondering about you all morning. Sorry guys, Costco got a lot of traffic yesterday that wasn't able to be sorted out, so I had to go out there myself this morning. Good thing you're at least here now. We really needed you today. Yeah, I know, for more switching. Actually, no, they're doing blasting down here today. Man, that's pretty swish. Mr. Romney must be excited. Indeed he is. He couldn't stop yapping about it all morning. Glad to know that. Anyways, when do we start? 12 boxcars of explosives had arrived at Trinidad about 30 minutes ago. Colton's bringing them up here right now. So we can start when he gets here. Well, until then, what should we do? I don't know, man. Just chill. Alright. Oh, look, Colton's here, guys. Here are your 12 boxcars of munitions. Now, can I leave? Not quite yet, Colton. What? You're gonna have to push these boxcars into the yard yourself. From there, we can begin. Then, can I leave? No, not quite. While Grant, Mac, and Andy are moving the workers around the quarry, you're gonna be taking the boxcars that are already used and have no more munitions inside of them away. Oh. All in a day's work, Colton. All in a day's work. Well, everybody, let's go to work. Alright, everyone, stand clear. You know, Grant, for as long as I've been here, I've never been part of one of the blasting operations, but they seem pretty fun. Indeed, as long as you're well away from the blast and you keep all of your pods attached to you, it could actually be a pretty exhilarating experience. Is there something about all the pieces of terrain flying around in the air that makes me feel happy somehow? Right. That's all the explosives out of this one, number 333. Take this one over the track too. From there, 4331 can deal with it. Right, yeah. Oh, hey Colton, how's your day? What do you think? I've been pulled off the commuters and the morning muffin just to switch in this freaking quarry. Hey, calm down, buddy. It's alright. No, it's not. It just makes me so angry. And you know what? Never mind. There's nothing I can change about it. I'm stuck here for the next few hours. It just really grinds my gears. Hey, don't bump the boxcars like that. They might do that. Everyone evacuate the quarry. This one's gonna blow. Oh, well, I'm out of here. Grant, get as many of those miners as you can on that flat car and leave now. Oh, something the matter? No time to move, just get out of there. Alright. Well, there goes my valve gear. Don't worry, Colton, I'm gonna get you. Grant, just leave him, it's too dangerous. It's okay, I'll get him out anyways. Thanks, Grant. I'm just doing what I have to do. Now come on, let's get you out of... Grant! Oh, well, that was quite the close call, wasn't it, Colton? Indeed it was. Grant, Colton, I'm so glad you're all alright. Well, besides being a bit shaken up, and this fire igniting in my coal bunker, we're fine. That's the last time I'm ever bumping anything again. Colton, what the heck is wrong with you? You destroyed the entire yard. You know what? I'm not even gonna try and deflect the blame. It was on me. Direct act of destruction of property by employee negligence, complete disregard of life of nearby people, not to mention the entire freaking marshal yard is gone. Take two. Complete disregard for the life of other people, not to mention the entire freaking marshalling yard is gone. Oh good heavens! In short, you're mad with me, aren't you, sir? Not happy. There were veins popping on my forehead, Colton, and you dared ask me that question. You know what? That's it. You're losing the commuters and the morning muffin. I just can't stand to be in front of you right now. I'm sorry, sir. Zip it. Anyways, now that I got that out of me, I need to discuss some things with you engines. So, after the bust on the red herring a few months back, we've been scaling back or straight up canceled the service. But since the railroad has been getting back up on its feet and has been gaining more money, me and the board of directors have decided to reinstate the service again. Oh wow, that's wonderful, sir. I've ordered 25 new boxcars exclusively for the service, and I decided for the inaugural run that Allen and Afton shall run it. Oh, thanks, sir. So when does it start back up? Tomorrow night, with any luck. Hopefully by then, I would have calmed down. Have a nice rest, engines. Except you, Colton. I hope you don't get a second of rest tonight for what you did. Oh. Colton, what the heck was that? Guys, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bump it that hard. No, because of your little cock up today, we'll now have to go months without that yard. Yeah, that was kinda not cool. Loony. Guys, I'm sorry for any inconveniences I've caused. I'm actually being serious. You know what? Let me forgive you, but please never go near any explosives ever again. Yeah, well, I'll try. Oh yes, my favorite pastime. Sitting at Trinidad and doing absolutely nothing. Yeah, pretty nice spring breeze, moving in. Anyways, you guys never told me, exactly what happened with the, incident back in December. As someone who saw it firsthand, it was bad. boxcars scattered everywhere, and of course the crumpled remains of that godforsaken. I actually forgot what exactly it was. Susan was a GP35. Ah, yes, of course the engineer was okay, but he was fired. Like he was fired on the spot. In fact, I've heard some theories from the locals and employees alike that Grant had something to do with it. While I don't believe them, it does seem a bit strange that every time we bring up this topic, Grant somehow finds a distraction and just disappears all of a sudden. That is quite strange, but I've known Grant for a long time, and I know he wouldn't have the heart to do something like that. I don't know. I mean, he did hate her pretty. Crap. What is it? What's up, turds? Every time I hear him speak, a part of my insanity leaves me. You and me both, pal. Guys, who is this? That over there is Hunter. He's a common visitor here, and to say the least, we don't like him very much. Haven't you nerds heard the news? What news, Hunter? How could you not know? You guys live here. The BNSF has decided to call it quits and shut down the line between Trinidad and Ruston. What? They can't do that. They have a binding contract with us. Plus, we need that line to export our goods. Besides, they wouldn't shut down a line that's so lucrative for them, would they? Well, the news of that bridge collapse last winter, not to mention the little incident in your quarry yesterday, the BNSF doesn't want to be associated with a line with so many incidents anymore. Anyways, nerds, I gotta go. Thanks for all the fish, by the way. Why does he talk like that? Oh, I heard somewhere that he has main character syndrome. Anyways, I'm sure it's not an issue. I don't know. The BNSF has done some pretty drastic things in the past. I remember back in 1995, they tried to take over our territory. I remember back then, Ruston was swarming with BNSF locomotives as well. I couldn't run my trains there without facing constant jeering and booing. All for the simple fact that I was a K&N engine, not to mention the fact that I'm a steam engine as well. Pay no bother to him, Scout. I'm sure it's gonna be alright. I'll try not to, Gary. Anyways, what were you saying, Colin? Well, now that all that happened, this stuff about everything that happened with the BNSF in its early days is too interesting to ignore. Go on, Scout. Alright, so in the beginning, there's this giant chicken. So we're just gonna sit out here in the cold weather? I guess so. Not until dispatch gives us the word to move on out of here. Well, Alan, how do the new boxcars feel, considering you're coupled up to them? Well, to be honest, they feel pretty smooth. And I sure do hope they don't have the problem with the brakes sticking like the old ones did. Also, thanks for letting me lead. Really appreciate it. Oh, no problem. That means I could just sit back here, relax, and let you do all the work. Hey! Dispatch to train number 201. You are clear for departure. Well, I suppose we better get going, Alan. Yeah, we probably should. After all, this is the inaugural run of the new red herring service. You know, for a service that was thought to be canceled, that was a pretty nice run. Yeah, it was. I like the new boxcars. They run pretty smoothly. Also, drivers and firemen, is it alright if we stay here for the night? It's alright, engines. We were planning to stay in a motel here for the night. Huh, that's swell. Anyways, good night, Alan. Good night, Afton. Yo, Scout, wake up. It's time for work. 5 more minutes. No, we need to get up, like, right now. You remember that train we gotta take from Trinidad all the way to, Cadenville? Oh, yeah, I'll be ready in a bit. And off we go. Oh, that's strange. There's no train here. Oh, did I say Trinidad? Oh, I'm so sorry. I meant to say we gotta go to Ruston to pick it up. This wouldn't be the first time you read the waybill wrong, stupid prick. I was ready to take my train from here, but no, I gotta go an extra 20 miles to get it. And another thing, driver, why did you... Now, what's going on here? Looks like they're ripping up the rails. Well, I know that, but why? Hey, you guys, why are you ripping up the rails? None of your business, steam train. Now, I recommend you move out of the way if you don't want no problems. Well, it kind of is my business, considering I need this track to get to where I need to go. Now, look at it. You ripped it up. What am I meant to do now?
The BNSF has decided to cut you guys off. They have deemed this line as just an extra massive feed. They also don't appreciate what you did to the engine last winter, if you recall, man. Come on, dude. We're only just trying to do our work. I know it sucks, but that's not our problem.
But you can't do this. The cannon needs its mainline connection, and now look what you've done. Alright, what's all this about? Ah, train boy, thank goodness. These strange men with hard hats are trying to rip up our connection. Those are construction workers for the BNSF Scout. And what are you doing on my land? Your land? This is BNSF's land. Nuh-uh. A quarter of the mile of the trackage after Trinidad is considered the K&N's track. So if anything, you guys are trespassing. Well, doesn't matter. Our work was pretty much done here anyways. Come on, guys. Let's get back in the truck. Oh, well, I guess that's it. Oh no, this isn't over, Scout. Come on, we're going back to Junction City. Yes, sir. Okay, Scout, right here's fine. Good morning, engines. I have some news to bring you today. Does it have to do with why you never gave us our work orders? Does it have to do with the fact that you called all of us out down here on the radio at 8 in the morning? Shut up, Colton. And no, it's not because of no, actually, yeah, it does have to do with those things. No, what I need to tell you all is that the BNSF have finally pulled the plug. Wait, what? Oh no, they didn't. That's right. They started cutting up the track going to Trinidad this morning. They probably would have torn up more if Scout didn't catch them. But we own that trackage. That's illegal. Simply outrageous. Yeah, I know. But don't worry, I'm not letting this slide. So I have two leads. Either this was done out of spite for last winter, or we're actually falling off. Well, I know it's not the latter. Since we reopened, we've been a massive success. Yes, I know, Colin. What about Afton, Alan, Annie, and Greg? They're all still out there. Transportation for them is still being sorted. But for now, we need to make the BNSF pay for this. I'll give you all an extra 30 minutes here to contemplate what I just said. Now, I'll be going to my office. I have several phone calls to make and court dates to arrange. Well, now that he's gone, what do we do about this? Yeah, I knew the BNSF had something against us, but I never knew they would go to this length to tear up our trackage. Does anyone find it strange how this happened right after the inaugural run of the new red herring train? You know, Gray, you've been awfully quiet this whole time. There's something on your mind, buddy. You know what? Maybe it's best if we forget all about that connection and move on. What? Yeah, that might seem a bit controversial of me to say, but hear me out. Ever since 1995, we've basically been under the BNSF's thumb, and we've had little freedom to do anything outside our own boundaries. And while I do believe in the theory that this was done out of spite, I can also confidently say, who really cares? We're free from being the BNSF's backyard. Plus, all of us are safe. So when you think about it, the situation's really not that bad. Okay, let bro cook. And as for our friends out there, haven't you ever heard of a lorry? What? Flatbed truck, sorry. The K&N will be a happy place where the custard creams are 50% off every day at the local Costco at Costco. Okay, Grant, I think that's enough. Right, sorry. For the next few weeks on the K&N, everybody was on their toes. Some were scared that the red herring service had to be cancelled again. Some were scared for Afton and Alan in their predicament. Personally, I was scared that my custard cream stash that I've been hiding out in Greenwood for the past 25 years would be inaccessible. Hey, everyone's different. As Trainboy toiled away in his office trying to arrange a court date, progress would begin on rebuilding the site at the quarry. Still, the engines tried to work and get on with their lives as if nothing was going on. While all of this was happening, Alan and Afton were left relatively unscathed. If anything, their time in Ruston was kind of like a vacation, only picking up a few odd jobs here and there, but besides that, they said it was pretty chill. Eventually, the day of the trial came. To get there, Trainboy first took the Lakeway Limited from Junction City to Trinidad, and then took a bus from there to Ruston. Once they got there, him and his lawyer was being swarmed by news reporters. And this is where I stopped talking and just let the story go on. You think we're going to win this, Mr. Gilliam? Oh, of course we will. The BNSF has nothing on us. Or do they? What do you mean? You'll understand when we get inside. Now come on, let's go. Alright everyone, court's now in session. Now, from what I understand, the plaintiff, Thompson Hartman, is suing the BNSF for destruction of property. Mr. Hartman, is that true? Yes, Your Honor. Yes, quite. Anyways, Mr. Bob, let's start with your side of the story. Well, ever since BNSF's inception in 1995, the K&N's been a thorn in our side. Last winter, they've actually caused one of our engines to get scrapped. Yes, okay. Mr. Hartman, let's hear your side now. Okay, Your Honor. Since BNSF was established in 1995, they've been constantly trying to take over our line, if you will. From trying to find legal loopholes to trying to deem our railroad unsafe and impractical, they've done it all. On December 4th, 2023, The derailment had happened, of course, causing for the locomotive to die. On December 4th, 2023, the derailment happened, of course, costing the life of the locomotive involved and the jobs of the crew. However, this accident was not the fault of the infrastructure or anything like that. Okay, wait a minute, let me backtrack. It was, but we were gonna fix it in a little while. In fact, the reason why the train ran away in the first place was because of the BNSF here refused to do maintenance on the locomotive. Objection, Your Honor. We here at the BNSF, we keep our locomotives to the highest standards. Hey, at least we don't use precision scheduled railroading. That will do. Mr. Bob, do you have anything to say about this? Your Honor, due to the overloaded nature of the train, it's no wonder why our locomotive ran away. It's obvious what the cannon did here. They overloaded the train on purpose, weakened the bridge, and then tried to get us done in. Why, I never. Objection, Your Honor. According to locomotive number 2425's record, it had been months since she had received regular maintenance. It says on this file here, GP40 number 2425, last in the shops June 6, 2023. Oh crap. Well, okay, Mr. Bob, do you have anything to say about that? Your Honor, we were gonna scrap the engine anyways. Well, okay. Since the only other witness to the initial crash is dead, she wouldn't be able to fit in here anyways, we are now going to call up the dry engineer of that train. Mr. Lever, you can now rise. Well, of course. It was a chilly but calm day, as usual. I take the locomotive over to Owen, Ohio to pick up a train that was bound for the other end of the railroad. The train was about 30 cars, give or take, and in hindsight, we probably should have gotten a helper engine. At the crest of Owen Gradient, I pinned down the brakes because something was going on in with one of the cars. I think it was a hotbox or something, but regardless, it was something important enough for me to hop out of the locomotive and check it out. As I was inspecting the car, the entire train began to run away down the hill and towards the weakened bridge. Well, yes, while the train was heavy and the rails slippery, the brakes should have been well maintained enough for it to not do that. Is there anything else you have to say? No, Your Honor. Well, okay. Mr. Ball, while I do acknowledge that what you and your company did was wrong, I can see why you did it. Locomotives are expensive to maintain, and I would be pretty mad too if the person I loaned my stuff to broke it. But Your Honor, the BNSF had a contract so we could have a connection to them for the next I don't know how many years, but it was a pretty long time, Your Honor. I see. So, Mr. Bob, how do you plead? Not guilty. Well, that's bullcrap. You're guilty. In conclusion, I could send you to jail or make you pay an ungodly amount of money to these gentlemen right here, but I won't do that. For obstruction of contract and destruction of property, you will have to hand over the entire 20-mile stretch of main line between Trinidad and Ruston, effective immediately. No! Mr. Gilliam, we did it! Well, Your Honor, it's been nice here, but I'm gonna have to leave now. I promise I won't do it again. Wait, what? Oh, dang it, I already slammed the gavel. And so it was set in stone. The BNSF was to hand over the line to Ruston as compensation. This story made headlines and was talked about a lot of the rail fanning community. A few days after this, construction would begin on the recently torn-up track. Shortly afterwards, Alan and Afton would have been able to return home. And due to the locomotive shops at Rusting being free, the people restoring Craig and Annie over in Wisconsin would be able to move their shops onto the K&N. Not only this, because it was now connected to such a large town, the K&N would begin to get more money than ever. By the end of the year, it was now considered a Class 2 by the FRA. A Class 2 railroad that still runs steam. How about that? With all this new money, we would be able to upgrade ourselves to more modern rolling stock and finish up with some long-awaited construction projects, but that's another story. So in the end, this whole scandal wasn't too bad, all things considered. So, what's the moral of this story? When borrowing something from a friend, just make sure to be careful with it, because in any other scenario than this, it could turn out bad. This is Grungy Northern signing off, and I wish you all a pleasant day. Ugh, smoke box, where am I? Oh, hello, who are you?